think it's a little too bright, ain't it? I look, I look a little white. All right. Oh, shoot. Okay. Now I had a question. Something to think back. So, is being a man thankless work?
Explain.
You know how they say, like we heard it growing up, right?
Yeah.
Doing your chores is what you're supposed to do. You don't get congratulated for doing your chores.
Yeah.
Or in school, you're supposed to get good grades, so you don't necessarily get congratulated for each time you get A's, each time you get good grades or a good GPA or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Being a man, if you pay all the bills in the house and the family is successful, not struggling because of you, is that something that you're supposed to do as a man and it's thankless work and you don't get congratulated for it? Or is it something that should be celebrated, at least sometimes?
What Chris Rock say? What it say? Children, women, and dogs get unconditional love, and that's what he said. And then he said, what he said about men? Men get loved under the conditions. Is that what? That's what he said, right?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but yeah.
There's your answer right there. Of course. That's why you got to grow up to teach your kids and stuff like that. Like, especially the boys, like, you're going to get credit for everything you do. People don't even recognize the little things that you do to make shit still go wrong. I mean, not shit still go wrong. Make stuff go right. Like, it's a lot of things I do that my wife and my son won't know nothing about. But I know I still got to do it to keep it going. I don't know about, like, I wish Every Day was here to answer for himself too. But I think it's a lot of things he probably do too, because he's a husband, he's a father, you know, all those things too. It's things that you do that you sacrifice that you ain't gonna tell nobody, you ain't gonna let nobody know nothing. You just gonna keep doing it. Even if you get praised by it, congratulated for it, or anything like that, you're gonna keep doing what you're doing. And I think, yeah, you're right. You're right on that. I just want you to explain a little bit more, but as soon as you said it, I was like, yeah.
So it is thankless work. So
Yeah,
you as a man don't get celebrated for doing what you're.
Not really. No.
Why do you think that is? Because, for instance, if a man, as we've went over on this podcast, the race of people that are most involved in their child's lives are black men.
Yeah.
Black men don't get celebrated for taking care of their kids or doing whatever for their kids, but black women do. Whenever it comes to time for Mother's Day, they take over Father's Day as well. You know what I mean? So they get celebrated for doing what they're supposed to do as a mother. But the men that take care of their kids, that are involved in their lives, as we've said multiple times on this podcast, we only know men that take care of their kids. Those men don't get mentioned.
I really can't say why. I guess because it always brings me back to, like, when I think of men, I always think of that famous Spider-Man quote. What did it say? With
great power comes great responsibility.
Yes, with great power comes great responsibility. I think of that all the time. So when I think of that, it's like, even though you got the responsibility of the world on your shoulders, you shouldn't expect, like, to be celebrated or anything like that. That's why I brush a lot of celebrations off. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I barely, like, want to celebrate my birthday and stuff. I like to see other people celebrating and things like that. Like, I always talk to my girl about, like, as far as I can remember, I never had, like, as an adult, I never had a party where I was, like, totally celebrating. Like, on my birthday, I've never had one where, like, it was just all about me.
Have you ever thought like it would be nice to have that once?
Yeah, I think about it because I kind of wanted one this year, but I'm probably not going to have it or whatnot because I wanted a all black bowling party like one time, and I want to do it like on a yearly basis, like because my birthday in the wintertime, so it's not that many things you could do. So you need indoors, so it's nothing outdoors I can really do unless I go skiing, and I don't think too many black folks gonna come skiing with me.
You think so?
Yeah, no, I know my closest friend. I know y'all will come, no doubt.
That's what I was thinking about when you said it, because I like, as long as we know it, well, me specifically, as long as I know ahead of time, I'll be there.
I know the homies will be there, but that's all I care about anyway. I really don't care about like semi-homies or nothing like that. I care about my brothers that celebrating with me. And I've know you seen me. I always throw the attention on everybody else. I take the attention away from me. Even when it's on me, I put it on anybody else.
I even seen that at your wedding.
I know, yeah, because I don't like all the attention like that. Sometimes I like it from certain people, but I don't like it from a huge like thing. Like I'd rather do it like that. Like they were saying, right, and I didn't know because this is my first time getting married, only time getting married. But when we were getting the suits, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be dressed like y'all. They was like, no, you're not. I'm like, why not? I thought everybody be dressed alike. I'm like, we can all just blend in. They was like, no, it's your special day. You know you don't supposed to do that, stupid. You don't supposed to be the same thing as they in, right? So I had to go get a different suit, and which it was clean and everything, but I thought I was gonna be in the exact same thing y'all was in.
Right.
With a give or take something here, tweak, just to tell that I'm the groom. I'm the what is the groom?
The groom.
Yeah, the groom. Yeah, the groom. But I didn't think you saw. I didn't think people saw that. Like I didn't really like all that. I don't know.
Speaking of like in reference to the wedding, the only reason even when it comes to celebrating, even with a wedding, when I've seen people take pictures at their weddings and all this stuff, I would always see that the bride stuck out more than the bridesmaids and the groom and the groomsmen.
That's true.
Like she stuck out more than anybody else.
It's always like that though. The women always kind of stick out.
And I'm not necessarily complaining, but I am also acknowledging that it's like.
That's the problem?
It is, in my mind, it is somewhat of a problem. It is somewhat of a problem.
Why is it a problem?
Because when a man gets down on one knee and he asks a woman to marry him, he's asking her, will you allow me to take care of you for the rest of our lives?
I want to say yeah to that, but I really do not. I do not want to push back because even though you're probably going to take care, that's your helpmate. And that's the problem with some of us too. We try to take on so much. I know we said this about the last pod one time where, us as men, we try to take on so much because it's so much responsibility, but that's your helpmate, right? She's going to help you when especially if you pick the right one. When shit hits the fan, she's going to help you, right?
That's the thought process. I don't think that's the practice a lot of the times.
It should be though, because even if you go down today or tomorrow, your wife should be able to carry the torch.
Should be able to, absolutely. I agree.
So why shouldn't she?
I think because when it comes to that, the man is expected, and I'm not complaining about, but the man is expected to be the breadwinner of the household, right? Yeah. Which means
sometimes it's the women. I want to just give them credit. I know it's more. Okay, we're gonna put a percentage on it. 80% of the time it's men. 20% is some women out there that's been the breadwinners.
I'm gonna say it's 95 men, but
tit for tat.
Yeah, what's good,
tomato. Will, what's happening?
Either way, it's a majority. We agree on that part.
It's a majority. Yes, it's a majority. I just want to give them credit because I don't. A lot of people say we women bash or we say men do all this, but women don't. It's always like we blaming women for everything. So I want to give them credit so they can say, "Quit! I don't want to hear that shit. Shut the shit up."
That you just opened up a whole can of worms with that too, because, oh man, we can venture back to that later, but. The general expectation is for the man to take on the financial, specifically the financial responsibility for the woman, right?
Huh?
So if that be the case and he does that, then he should be celebrated. For instance, if they get married and he makes 40,000, she makes 40,000, they make 80,000 together. If he gets to a point where he makes 80,000, now she doesn't need to, if that's what their agreement is.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to work anymore. That's to be celebrated. Plus making another $40,000 a year is to be celebrated in general.
I guess. I just look at it as I'm different. I can't go by the rules everybody else try to do because I don't follow everybody's rules. Like some rules I do follow, but some of them I don't. And saying that to say this is you ask me, I'm different about a lot of things. That's why a lot of people like talking to me out because I don't like, even though you go with this and I'm not going to say I'm just a totally contrarian about everything. No, I'm not. It's traditional things that we follow, yeah. But as far as to say that you should be celebrated, no, nigga, go get over there and go do your job. This is a thankless job over here. Being a father, being
so
a man.
it is a thankless
job. I said it. I agree with you in the first time. It's a thankless job. Being a man is a thankless job. You're thinking to look after people that you don't have no, things about. You're thinking about always being a gentleman. You always thinking about giving your seat up to women who you don't know. It's just being a gentleman is just a thankless job, period. It doesn't matter. If you go by all the gentleman rules that we do, you're like, why the fuck do I got to do that? I don't even know her. But it's you're a gentleman. Gentlemen do that. Hold the door. Say go first. Say this. So women get in. Women and children get off everything first, and we the last to get off. We save everybody else, and then we the last to get off anything.
Right, and that's another part of it because it's like I was thinking about. I was watching something. I think it was something like a Casual Geographic on YouTube, or some channel equivalent to his, and it was talking about the alpha gorilla or alpha male in the group, whatever their title is. And if you think about it, the alpha male is expected to be the one to face danger first.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So he's expected to face danger first, but in also saying that he's expected to die first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you get celebrated they get celebrated or, revered in certain ways. Revered in certain ways because of them willing to be sacrificed. I see Will.
What was your question? Explain. Just say your question over again.
My question was, is being a man a thankless job? And why is it thankless? Because the things that in a lot of cases, the things women do is celebrated. But if a man does the same thing, it's what you're supposed to do.
Yes, you are, Will. You're dying for your kids. I'm not trying to hear that.
He said I'm not dying for nobody.
Yes, you are. You dying for your kids and your wife. I'm not trying to hear that, Will. You forget we know you, right? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. You can say that shit all you want to, and I wanted to see the joke that's coming behind it, but you are.
Oh, I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna try to find something that he said they better run.
See what I told you.
But the reason why I asked that because I was thinking about something, right?
Yeah.
And I'll give you more details after the pod because it is pretty sensitive. But I was thinking, what if? And of course, the general sentiment is if that's how they run their household, it's run their household. But just a thought process of if a man gets to a point where he makes $1 million a year and he gets a mansion for his family. He says survival of the fittest. Like he ends up getting a job, makes $1 million, gets a mansion, right? Let's say it's only a family of 4, husband, wife, and 2 kids.
Yes.
When he leaves to go to work and come home from work, when he comes home, everybody is scattered around the house.
Yep.
I don't necessarily like that.
What you mean you don't like what?
If a man,
so he wants to work, and when he come home, you want to be greeted at the door.
Not necessarily greeted, but just in the fact that daddy's home, come say hi to daddy. or husband's home, come say hi. Because listen, y'all live in a
Bro, you I can't wait till you get a family. All this shit gonna change you be talking about. I can't wait.
I love when
cannot
people say that to me.
I cannot fucking wait till you get a family, bro. Because first of all, yeah, they're gonna be like that when they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When they start turning into that preteen or teenager age, bro, they're gonna be doing their own thing. They're gonna be in their room on their computer, and then technology's gonna be way crazier then. They're gonna be in their room on their computer doing homework, reading, studying, doing something else. To where, and then you just said you in a mansion. They ain't gonna hit the fucking door open. How they gonna hit the door open when you come? Oh, you gonna have a now thing? Oh, daddy's home. That's when you open the door and when you come in, it's gonna be your theme song gonna come on. Daddy's home.
We're gonna have an intercom throughout the house.
Daddy's home.
Hit the button.
Come greet
Hey,
daddy. Daddy's home.
Everybody, I'm home.
It don't work like that, brother. It don't work like that. Cause I don't really.
I think that's the issue, and that's why men don't get. That's part of the reason why men don't get revered in the way that they. If you are bringing a home, if you are in a position to where you have a mansion, everybody's living cool, nobody's in debt, nobody's struggling financially. That is to be revered.
I understand where you're coming from, bro, but it's not gonna happen like that because when you in there doing your thing and your wife come home, your wife gonna have to come in there to find you, just like you're gonna go in there to find your kids. When you come home, you're gonna be like, oh, dad's home. You're gonna make sure and go check every room to make sure everybody's cool and everything is being done. They're not gonna greet you at the door talking about,
oh no, I don't want. It does sound like I'm saying that.
Hey, Your Highness, do you need your feet rubbed? No, that's not gonna happen like that.
See, that's no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because that's the extreme that people gonna take it to by listening to this. I don't mean that at all.
No, but that's the way you sound though.
No, because it's just a matter of because I think, and this goes into another question that I had in regards to this. Because okay, let me catch what Will say. He said, it depends on how you get your household together. I feel like as long as everyone is in the crib safe, we cool.
Thank you.
That's what you said.
Yeah, but that's what Will said is the perfectly good thing about dads. Dads, as long as everybody else is cool, when you become a certified, like bona fide, like kind of like true, well, I guess this alpha male dad, what you're talking about, your happiness becomes when everybody and everything is running smooth. You won't got no bills hanging over your head. All the kids can be able to do what they want to do. We can go out. We can go shopping when we want to go shop. We can go out and we can go do adventures when we want to go do. I'm not worried about no bills when I get back home. We're taking vacations and all that stuff. As a dad, that is one of your biggest flex. That's one of the things that you'll be most proud of, I'm telling you, when you become head of a household. That's one of the things that you become the most proud of.
Yeah, absolutely. And I, even though I'm not a father, I've had situations like that happen. And I definitely take pride in everybody around me being cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my biggest, my heart's goals in life is to make sure everybody around me is as cool as I can possibly help them to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I think what you're saying also is a contribution to why men aren't revered in the way that we should be. I'm not saying that necessarily. I did say specifically, come say hi to daddy or whatever, come say hi. But I also think that contributes to family division. Because if you've been home however long and I come home and you still stay upstairs and you've been upstairs and in your room doing the same thing that you're doing, then.
You want me to tell you why it don't go the way you going this way too? I'm glad you kept talking so I could think about this. You know exactly why it don't go the way you go?
It's be humble.
Be humble. What's going on? You know exactly why it's like you said this. Most dads that do all that stuff you talking about they doing don't get appraised like that. Are they disciplinarians? Majority of the dads that you talking about, that you saying take care of the household, make sure everything's cool, make sure all that stuff, are they disciplinarians?
No.
So you don't think most of the dads that you talking about is disciplinarians? Is a disciplinarian of the household?
No, I don't think so.
So you talking about you go to work, you do all this stuff, but you're not the disciplinarian.
You should be. Don't get me wrong. You should be.
Most of the time they are.
Oh no, we'll have to agree to disagree on that one.
Anybody
we can look at the children of a lot of these people that are in the celebrity world right now.
We just see that's a drop in the bucket from the whole. We base everything on celebrity. Because
those are people we all know. I'm using that as an example because that's somebody that we can look at one person and see the
Nah, I don't look at. That's our problem too. We're looking at celebrity, and you trying to base that off celebrity. Celebrity is a drop in the bucket to what the whole society is. You know, it's called 1% for a reason.
Okay, so how many millionaires do either of us know that we can both? That's what I'm saying. You said these people that are making are millionaires. How many of them are disciplinarians? We don't know any in our specific.
Wait. What you said going by? I'm not going by millionaires. I'm going about the whole. Everybody that's a dad. I'm not just talking about millionaires. I'm talking about people who got houses. Because you can't just say because you got a $1 million home. What about the people that got a $400,000 home or $500,000 home? Those are that's still a big house to where they won't know if daddy home or not. What are we talking about? You're going off $1 million. No, I'm not just going off $1 million homes, baby, brother.
I think if that were the case, then happy wife, happy life wouldn't be a thing that people practice and regurgitate.
That's because that's the olden day shit. That's not us today. That's that olden back in the day.
It's worse
shit.
Today.
No, I don't think so. I don't think
you
so.
don't think kids today are worse than kids from previous years?
I ain't gonna say that.
That's what I'm talking about. You said disciplinarians.
But I'm.
You see what I'm saying?
We got to go back because we got to get on the same page of what we're talking about. Okay. What exactly are we talking about, and what exactly are you saying? Like, break it down for me right now.
Tim Taylor. What's up, bro? Welcome back.
What's going on? How you doing?
He said, "What's the current topic?" So I asked, I forgot the question now. Is being a dad or man a thankless job?
Yeah, and we got all the way here.
And we
because he talking
because
about
I think there men should be celebrated more. Generally speaking,
what me and him is going back and forth now is he said, "Why don't when men come home from work, right? Mm-hmm. When they got this big house for all the kids and everybody in there straight and all that, why are the men not greeted when they get coming through the door?" And I told him, when the kids is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8, starting to be 9, 10, 11, when they starting to get and smell themselves a little bit and becoming preteen, they're going to be off doing their own thing. They don't want to be seen with dad or mom. So they're going to be doing their own thing. Now, your wife will greet you every time you come in because she knows when you're coming in. But the kids will not. You will have to go in their room and check on them to make sure they're straight because they're going to be in their room off doing their own thing, especially if you make the kind of money you're talking about. Because then that means they're going to have a lot more gadgets, a lot more access to a lot of things that we didn't have to divide their attention away.
So I think you're saying, I hear what you're saying, but I think that therein lies the problem. You're saying gadgets are stealing the attention away from their fathers, what you just said.
No, but I just can't wait till you come with that. Because I want to go, yes, about 50? Yeah, we're going to come back to this conversation. I can't wait. And you're going to be like, Ma, you was right. Ma, you was right. And that's why it is what it is.
Will said, yes, it is a thankless job. Be Humble said it depends. Will said, a good man don't need praise out loud.
Thank you.
Be Humble said, this is inside of the family. It's like, what do you say out loud? Because I'm not saying go to the mountaintops and with a mega horn and scream so that the whole world can hear you or the whole neighborhood. I'm talking about inside of the household.
Yeah, and another thing, like I was telling him, majority of the men here talking about when you make this type of money, you're the disciplinarian of the house. Majority of these men, I'm not going to say all, majority of these men he's talking about who buys a house, who got everybody in there, who got everything straight, because you got to be some type of discipline to do this. So if you some type of discipline, you got some type of structure. So if you got some type of structure, you got some type of going on with the house. The house is structured that same way too. So therefore, that means you're a disciplinarian. Any man that's a disciplinarian do not get praised for, I don't give a fuck what goes on. Because everybody's always mad at you because you got rules and regulations that's going on. When people got rules and when a man got rules and regulations, you're not liked all the time. Charleston White said it. The disciplinarian is not always liked. What did the mama always say? Don't tell your daddy about this. Because they know the daddy gonna get down and J down on everybody. First of all, you shouldn't have my son doing that shit. And just because your mama said some dumb shit like that, you don't do that shit neither. And women, don't take this crazy because I'm not telling them to disobey you, but I'm just saying this is the structure. It's a lot of things that I know my wife and my son probably talk about that they wouldn't tell me because they know I'm like the fun police. No, we're not doing that.
Okay.
I got to make sure everybody's safe and not. No, we're not doing that at all. Oh, just because I get loud, I'm going off? I'm loud.
I can't be going off.
Yeah, I can't help that. I'm just
people like that though. I get reviews from that in person. And people be like, I like his rants.
No, because people get on my nerves. I don't like people. They laugh and I'll be dead serious. When they be bringing, like, when we going out, nah, I just want it to be us. Don't bring no new people. Am I lying?
No, it's facts. That's facts.
I don't like social media. Boy, they lucky they got me on this pod, and I be trying to, like, send shit, but I do not like social media neither. I don't like taking pictures. I'm damn, you will think I'm a drug dealer from a high cartel or something, because I don't like shit that really got to do with motherfucking social media and being on thing like that. I'm one of them ones.
Will said that's what his wife is for. Will also said is what you allow. Be Humble said Space is showing his light-skinnedness.
He want all his credit. You don't get the credit, brother.
And I'm not okay. And I'm not saying, because I know that people are going to perceive it this way, that every single step of the way the man gets praised for whatever he does. I'm saying think about it. I was actually having a conversation with somebody last night. Mm-hmm. All of the negative stereotypes in society lie with men.
That's just it. Bro, we talk about double standard all the time, right? We can't be praising when a double standard go our way, but then when it goes against us, we want to be like the women and be like, no, this is a double standards out here. It is what it is. It ain't nothing we can do about them.
Right. And I'm not disagreeing with that. I will say, you're right, Be Humble, not all. I say the absolute majority lie with men.
Yeah,
the absolute majority lie with men.
Guess what? I take all the bad ones with all the good ones, because we got a damn sure we got a lot of them. I'm going to take all of them because it is what it is.
Let's see. Be Humble said, "Maul be going off." Tim Taylor said, Tim the Toolman Taylor said, "I greeted my father until I hit puberty. The only reward in being a father is you leave your seed to be planted on earth for thousands of years. Women don't leave a seed, so they get their praise now." Why you gotta make sense, man?
Say it again. Read this comment again, because I kind of.
I greeted my father until I hit puberty.
You regret it? I guess that's what he said.
No, he greeted. Like came to the door when his dad walked in the house.
Oh, okay.
The only reward for being a father is you leave your seed to be planted on earth for thousands of years. Women don't leave a seed, so they get their praise now.
And guess what? As a father too, you have more. Well, I'm trying to think of the word. More influence on people that's not your kids too. You know that, right? You'll have a lot more influence, especially when you're doing something right, and somebody sees like, man, that's a man I want to be like. Other kids see that don't have no father, nothing like that, or even if they do have a father and their father fucked up, they want to imitate that too. They see you at the football game with your son. They see you dropping your son off. They see y'all doing all this fun stuff. They want that same thing too. So you have a kind of a thing of a kids that's not yours too, that become like in the fold. They start trying to be mentored by you too as well.
I agree. I'm not denying that at all, because I remember specifically somebody at high school games. They need chaperones at the high school football games, right? Just adults, watching the game or whatever, watching the kids in case something pop off, the adult intervene, whatever the case, right? So at the football game, there were women trying to, regulate the kids' behavior while they're in the bleachers. Kids not listening to the women, period. A man stands up and said the same thing, essentially, that the woman was saying, and they listened to him. And after that, the kids were looking forward to him being there.
You know what it is, right? I can tell you exactly what it is, because I got that same thing in my household right now. You know what it is?
Just male authority?
Nope. It got nothing to do with male authority. It got something to do with, I guess you could say male authority, but I also look at it as men don't say something about every single thing that go wrong. If it go wrong, okay, that's cool. If it go wrong, okay, that's cool. Now that's detrimental, I'm going to say something about that. You feel me? Women love to just say something about every fucking thing that's going wrong. It don't matter what it is, the woman got to say something. It got to be like, you can't just shut the fuck up. They got to say something, bro. Like, am I lying? I know y'all got women, and y'all know y'all got women and stuff like that. I know y'all are. And I know there's some women out there too that be like, man, shut the fuck up. Am I lying? Because I got friends girlfriends like that. Like friends that's girls, and then you can say something and they be like, but you ain't gotta say nothing, that was it, baby. Yeah. You might drop. What you gotta more of a moment for?
Oh man,
Am I lying?
no, you're not lying at all. Let's do that. Welcome to another episode of the No Key Podcast. We accidentally got 30 minutes in. That conversation was not intended to be that long. Well, it's the favorite after church podcast, the No Key Podcast. I'm your man Spaces.
Hey, I go by your boy Maul.
Jerry Day couldn't be here, man. He out traveling the world like he always does. But Ma, how was your last week?
Mine was cool, man. Man, good, man. I'm just coming to some realizations. You know, you think about life going on and everything.
Anything you care to talk about on here?
I do it for the mesh.
Okay.
You
okay,
feel
so
me? Let me make sure I put a note in here for the mesh right now.
You guys in the chat, be humble. Will, if you're still here, Tim Taylor, be humble. How was y'all last week, man? I'm curious how y'all doing. Appreciate you guys for being here and hitting the like button. The podcast is growing, man.
It is?
It's growing, man. I only see it because I have to. It literally in my purview as I'm doing editing and stuff.
I go back and forth with that. Because it's like, I want it to grow. Because I would love people to hear us talking. But then again, I don't. Because I don't want all that attention. And I don't want people running up on me talking about you think you this, you said this. Nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of my face. And then especially if I'm with my family and we would like, because it's different. Like I know we say this all the time. It's a difference when we are.
I would never.
It's a difference when we are with the fellas. Then a difference when we are with the family.
Well, elaborate on that.
With the family, you will let things slide. You'll keep it moving. You're trying to get your family to safety. You're not going to put them in no harm, danger whatsoever. You're keeping it moving. You're not going to sit up there and conversate with nobody like that or do anything like that. You're going to keep it moving. Like if somebody says something crazy to you, you'll look at them crazy. I got my family. All right, man, whatever you're talking about. And you'll keep on moving, get in the car, we finna go. Now, if you with the fellas, the ego kick in a little bit. Because we'll fuck around and we'll jump on your head. Mm-hmm. It's all men, egos get in trouble. And I know everybody around me can take care of themselves, so we ain't worried about that. Mm-hmm. But when you with the family, wife, and kids, you got people that really can't take care of themselves and hold their own, so you got to make sure they're safety at all times.
Mm-hmm. So where's that coming from?
What you mean?
Just something that you were thinking about?
No. I've been always thought about that when I got a family, because it's like you got to know when to just walk away. You got to know when every time to walk away, when not to. No, like that motorcycle thing we did one time, right? Remember that motorcycle clip we did where dude had his daughter with him and he engaged in danger instead of giving his people to safety first, then you can endanger that. But you put your daughter in harm's risk. Like what if the dude would have started shooting your way and your daughter right there? It's a whole bunch of things that go into your mind and run through your mind about stuff like that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I was having a conversation about that as well. I definitely, when I'm out with people, especially if it's somebody that I'm interested in and really care for, my head is on a swivel.
My head is on a swivel all the time anyway.
More often than not, you know what I mean? Like, it's definitely keeping my what they say, keep your eyes peeled. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. I definitely keep my eyes peeled. I'm always, if I'm in like a restaurant, I'm paying attention to the door. I'm looking at what people are doing with their hands and all that stuff. But yeah, I definitely agree with that. So that's your wrap up of your last week?
No. I was just.
I don't know why that keeps doing that. But okay, so you've been thinking about a lot of stuff. Is there, again, anything you want to elaborate on? No.
No, it's just been thinking. You as a man, you always just sitting around, you just thinking about how to make things better, how to get out of this, how to do that, how you should have did this, how you should have did that. Just things like that.
Tim said, if Kamala Harris loses Tuesday, we're going to have to stay out of black women's way for a month until they get over her loss.
Hey, man, I'm so tired. I don't want to talk about that. I'm so tired of politics. I'm really tired. Like, this is one of the times that all the previous years, it has not been like this. This is the first time where it's like people want to fight you because you want to vote this way. People don't agree with this. And if it's like, bro, do it. I understand if people say they don't want to vote and people get mad at that, but ain't we in the land of the free? Shouldn't you be able to do what the fuck you want to do? Even if that means not voting, I'm not, champion don't vote. But I'm saying, ain't that what we live here for? Like the freedoms? Huh?
Yeah, you're supposed to be able to do whatever you want to do. Now, me personally, I encourage people to educate themselves and vote based on the education and the things that they learn. But if you're going to be stupid and say, I'm going to vote for this person because they're not that person, then just stay at home, bro.
But I understand, but that's still their choice. I'm looking at the choice part. I'm not looking at if you stupid, left, done. I'm not looking at none of that. It's the choice to do what you
deaf?
want. Yeah, deaf, blind, whatever fuck you want to do, whatever you want to call it, man. I'm just looking at you can do what you want to do, and people shouldn't get mad at you for doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
That's the only part I'm looking at. If you want to vote for Trump, vote for Trump. If you want to vote for Kamala, vote for Kamala. If you don't want to vote, period, do what the fuck you want to do. That's your thing. I'm not encouraging you not to vote, period, but I'm just saying do what you want to do.
Let's see. OG said that's specific to individual household. Will said true. OG, well, Haru. Be humble said not all, and I caught that. I caught all those. Okay. So Will said week was busy AF in a good way.
He always busy, boy. That man finna be on. Get him a Netflix special in a minute. Watch and see.
For real, man.
Be like, we know that nigga, right? Like, we know that nigga for real.
Hey, you remember when you was having those bingo comedy shows?
We know that nigga for real.
You remember when Buddy was like, where all the Asians at? Where all the Asians in the house?
Oh, shit, that shit was hilarious, man.
We were there.
Hey, and the thing about it is, y'all didn't start laughing because I kept laughing. Then that's when y'all started laughing.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, shut up.
That shit was funny, man. I swear to God, that shit was funny.
He was laughing. So Tim, I don't know if you know because you're new to the stream, but Will is a comedian.
Yeah.
And he had a show back, I don't know how many months, at least 6 months now or something like that.
It was longer than that. It was damn near almost a year.
Almost a year. And an Asian comedian came up on the stage, and it's clearly only black and white people in there. And the first thing he says, where all the Asians at? Any Asians in the house?
And I lost it. I lost it. I was laughing. I promise you, and it's not no over-exaggeration. I was laughing for 5 to 7 minutes. Like his whole set, I was laughing.
Crying. He was crying tears for real. Like he was.
And I was laughing so hard to where Jerry Day started laughing. And then when Jerry Day started laughing, Spaces followed suit and he started laughing too. Because the shit was just hilarious and hysterical to me. Like, nigga, you're not nowhere near 22nd in Chinatown, downtown, bro. You in Alsop. Like, what the fuck you know ain't no Asians over here? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, man. Well, I was actually going to try to slide on the show yesterday, man, but I had stuff got in the way. But I went to my homie's sister's funeral yesterday.
Ooh. Shouts out to him, too, man. Yeah. Condolences.
Big condolences to my guy. Big condolences. Yeah, it's sad because, you know, they say, and it's a sad fact, but they say one of the two things that bring black people in particular together are death and family reunions.
Mm-hmm.
And some people I saw people that I haven't seen in years at that funeral. And there was absolutely no reason for us to not continue to be in contact with each other, because it wasn't like we were only linked to each other because of just mutual connections. It was like we are all cool.
Mm-hmm.
We are all, like, everybody is cool with everybody. So yeah, I'm actually going to be putting forth specific effort into making sure that happens in the future. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely planning something now, probably in December, where we can all link up. But let's see. Be Humble said, good week, drove to Pennsylvania on Friday and came back Saturday. How far of a drive is that you came back the next day?
Pennsylvania. That ain't nowhere. You know, it's the DMV area. He in the DMV area, so that's all. You know, all them you can hit like damn near four states in a matter of like 5 to 6 hours. I think it is.
For real?
If I'm not mistaken.
Because I know that whole area is small states. Oh, it's 4 hours. Okay, it's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
But it's how many states can you have hit if you did it right? Be humble in that 4 hour span. Because I know Josh every day. Jay every day, he loves to do that. Like, he loves to, like, go and fly in and hit all multiple states within a day span. And I didn't know, he said he didn't hit like 3 or 4 of them over there in that little East Coast area corner.
So, Timothy Taylor said black people are encouraged they have the right to be LGBTQ, but say you want to vote for Dr. Cornel West or Trump, then it's a problem.
And that's what I don't like, Timmy. Timmy, I said Tim. I don't like that, Tim.
Timmy Taylor.
Because it's okay for us to be all on this cat dog. You can be a cat dog, whatever the fuck you want to be. But when you want to vote for something else, like, it's a problem. Come on, man. You can do all this other crazy shit, and we gotta, accept people how they are and all this other shit. But as soon as you say you want to vote for somebody, that's where we draw the line. Come on, man.
That's a fact.
Like, that's really crazy to me. Like, really, really baffling and crazy to me.
Let's see here. Speed this up. So, let's see. This is something that you sent us. Thank you guys for kicking it with us. Hit the like button and share this with 2.
You said probably 3 to 4. Okay, be humble. I got you.
2 people. Let's see where to go. Here it is. So this.
Let's go to serious stuff. We'll end on that.
Okay.
First of all, how many we want to do? Because time is a limit.
You got a limit. If you got to go, so I'm cool with whatever.
All right, well, whatever. Go ahead then.
So if you want to limit it, we can do that. If you want to talk about everything,
okay, go.
So, you know what I noticed about something?
Just said time limit. You gonna talk about you know what I want to know.
No, I mean,
go ahead, go. I ain't gonna interrupt no more.
No, go. I've noticed, and it actually kind of cringy to me. Men are as emotional about male celebrities as women are about female celebrities.
For real?
A lot of men are.
You know what? I want to push back, but I agree.
Why you want to push back?
Because I just be want to. You know how we gotta do some type of. I can't agree.
I got you.
But it's like,
you're right.
Nigga, what's your argument? You don't stand on. But you're right.
Because, this. This. What's up, Nish? What's up? So let's see.
Nish start laughing. What's going on, Nish? What's her name? Nish?
Tanisha Stevens.
I don't want to call it Nish because I don't know you like that. Tanisha, how you doing there?
What's up? Welcome to the live. Thank you for sliding. So, Young Thug got out. Let's check it out. Hold on, let me go back a little bit.
Bars Young Thug is going home, and the hip-hop community is celebrating. Travis Scott was among the first of Thug's peers to welcome the Atlanta rapper home on social media. My brother on the way home. As did T.I. Welcome home, little brother. It's been too long. Time to get back to it. Even Sexy Red chimed in and wrote, they let Twin out in reference to their physical resemblance. Judge Paige Reese Whitaker sentenced Thug to 15 years of probation with no time to be served in prison.
I know you're talented, and even if you choose to continue to rap, you need to try to use your influence to let kids know that that is not the way to go.
Prior to the court's ruling, Thugger addressed Judge Whitaker.
I'm sorry. Through these last 2.5 years of my life, you are really, truly, honestly, the best thing that has happened to me because you made everything fair for me and everybody involved on both sides. I'm sorry to share, everybody for just having to put extra time in. I know y'all got paid more money, but I'm sorry for y'all having to put this extra time in to be away from y'all family, and I just hope that you find it in your heart to allow me to go home.
Thug was arrested back in May 2022 alongside 27 others in a sprawling 56-count indictment for violations of Georgia's RICO Act. He remained behind bars.
Never mind. I'll ask afterwards.
In what became the state's longest-running criminal trial.
And I'm going to have there better be no violations. But if there are any, you're coming back to see me.
No.
All right.
While Thugger reached a plea deal, his co-defendants refused deals, so their trials are still moving forward. And the YSL RICO case is still far from over.
Any questions?
So, what are your thoughts on that in general?
You go first, man, because they're going to swear up and down. Because same thing I said about Dirk and all this other stuff, you feel me? And it's like, I don't mean, because I don't know if he did what he did, they say he was on trial for or not. I don't know what he did. I don't know. But to me, when I see this and I see a lot of celebrities, the same ones that say, stop the black on black killing, stop, all the crime or whatnot. But this man was involved in a RICO. Like I say before, I'm just speaking on what he was involved in and the evidence that we was pursued before as to what he probably did and he probably didn't do. Right? That's the only thing I'm thinking about. Because I really don't have no dog in the fight. I don't give a fuck either way. I don't care. I'm a free man. I'm going home. I'm finna go pick up my wife from the airport in a minute. So I'm a free man. I'm cool. I'm not out here doing no crime and doing no bullshit. But I don't like it when we say stop the violence, stop the crime, stop all this. But us as black folks talking about free this person, free that person, when they on trial for killing other black people. That's baffling to me. That's really, really fucked up to me.
Is that what he's on trial for?
It was a RICO case. He had a whole bunch of gang stuff he was doing. He was doing violent crimes and all that stuff. That's what he was on trial for.
Okay.
And I don't like that because we'll get on Charleston White and call him a snitch, but this the same thing Charleston White says. I ain't gonna sit up here and say I agree with everything Charleston White says and all his antics. No, I don't. But he do speak some real shit about us as black folks, but we'll go champion this shit right here for them to get off. For them to go home and go free so they can come terrorize the community. Like we talked about before. Just because you did all the bad shit in the past, but then now you want to give out turkeys and book bag giveaways and all this shit, does that erase everything you did in the past?
Nope.
But when you talk like this or I talk like this, you a hater, you don't know what you're talking about, why you down on another black man? This nigga was killing people. Allegedly. That's what they say. I'm just going by what the evidence was saying.
Yeah,
what he was on trial for.
You know how you is.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to say like I'm bashing Young Thug or anything like that because I don't know him to bash him. I'm just going by my opinion about the whole situation. He asked my opinion. Mm-hmm. But that's the type of shit we say free as black people. We say free that. If he did it or he didn't do it, I don't know. He's still innocent until proven guilty. But when the feds come with a RICO case, bro, they got some shit. They don't just bring RICO cases on any and everybody.
I thought RICO was just something that they throw on you just to have a case. Genuine question, because I don't know anything about
they've been watching a lot of people, so they're going to have it in everybody so the lower man can tell on the top man of what everybody was doing.
Okay.
That's what the RICO really for.
Okay.
It's to get everybody inside, getting Marks to plea out because somebody's going to flip.
Mm-hmm.
So they bring so many people in so you can start telling everything that's going on. But they not just coming with a RICO just for no reason, though. It's not like you was sitting up here selling birthday cookies and birthday cakes and then they come hit you with a RICO for the baked goods. They're not doing that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the reason why what came to mind about this whole Young Thug thing, because I see a lot of people on social media, a lot of men in particular, talking about, just like he was saying, free Young Thug. Throughout the whole case, by the way, saying free Young Thug, free Young Thug. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the one thing that caused this thing to turn around was they found out that the people that were going after him were also corrupt in some sort of way. If I'm not mistaken. I don't.
What you mean corrupt?
Like they were
taking bribes and shit or something like that?
Something like that. I don't know the full information about that. That's just what I heard.
Yeah, and we only going by what we heard, what we seen on the news reports. That's what I'm going by. So if I'm wrong, if he didn't do nothing, yeah, free him. He should be a free man. But if he did, I don't like it to where how us as a black community, we always talking about free people. I don't like that. When these the same people that's fucking up our community, that's got the drugs in our community, that's doing the things to our community that's fucking it up.
Right. And I 1,000% agree with that. That I took on that sentiment, I don't know how long ago, because I was like, wait, the person you're saying freeing, we have unequivocal evidence. There's without a doubt evidence that this person did what they did. For instance, if somebody ended somebody's life with a knife, they got this person, the person that they killed, their blood is on their shirt, the DNA is on the knife, the fingerprints are on the knife, they got the blood stains are on the bottom of the shoes, and you can see the path walking away. All the evidence points to this person did that, and then they'll turn around and say, free whoever the person that was that did it. Now, if it wasn't a situation of self-defense, and you took it upon yourself to do that, you offensively ended this person's life, then what are we even talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It's a difference in if there's a difference if that happens because of self-defense versus you starting a fight with somebody and then you end up. For instance, I was on a jury duty a long time ago.
You've been a professional snitch.
Who, me?
Yeah. It's a pod, bro. It's a joke. Let's go. Go ahead. Keep going, man. You taking that shit literally.
I'm laughing like, what?
He a professional snitch.
But long story short, there was without a doubt that the person that was the defendant did what they did. There's no question. And then this person trying to plead his case saying it was defensive. Come on, bro. There's a camera aiming at the entire interaction. We see how this whole thing played out. What are you even talking? I guess I can't blame people for trying to fight for their freedom as best they can, but either way.
Mm-hmm.
But with this Young Thug case, I have that same sentiment. It's like, if he did it, then he should face punishment for it.
Yeah, and that's the only thing I'm saying too. Is like, but I'm using him, I guess, as a springboard because I'm thinking about everybody else that they be talking about free. So it probably wasn't really like aimed directly at him. And just like Lil Durk too, if he's not really did what they say he did, but I'm just going by what the evidence they pursued to us, free him too. I don't think no innocent man should be in jail. But if you did that shit, man, we should stop that goofy shit of talking about free people. Like, I'm not with that. I'm not, just because you my brother, my cousin, my friend, I'm not talking about free nobody from jail. Maybe your ass deserve to be in there. Miss Johnson might be happy.
Now, Timothy said it. What did he say? He said, it's going to be a miracle if Young Thug don't violate his 15-year probation. All it would take is a random he smash and dash to call the police on him and make up some lies.
Now, I think people around him is gonna make sure that he don't violate or do that. Cause now he can do way more good out than he can do in. Cause first of all, he didn't snitch, so they're gonna reward him with that. He didn't tell nothing, he didn't say anything. He just sat there. And he beat the Rico or whatever, not like that. Then on top of that, people ain't heard from him in a while, so all these interviews he finna do, they finna make mad money off that. All the speaking to the kids, all the free concerts he gonna do about telling kids don't do drugs, don't do crime and all this stuff. It's a lot of stuff that's finna go on that he finna be a cash cow right now.
Do you think that's hypocritical, though?
What you mean?
For somebody to, like you were saying, because I think that's what happens a lot with people that get, in trouble with the law.
Yeah.
They have to turn around and do these don't do drugs, stay away from guns and all that stuff, all that.
Do I think it's hypocritical?
But then they turn around and rap about it.
Do I think it's hypocritical? I would say yes and no. And I would say yes is because you have to go through something to get somewhere. So if you did something, you tried something out and there wasn't the way to go, I would tell you like say for instance, like I'm older than you. So I've been through a couple things that you probably ain't been through. So I would tell you like spaces, I wouldn't do that right there. I'm just giving you my advice. You still gonna do it, that's on you. But I'm telling you, I've been through it, so you don't have to go through that. Like what Hov said. Hov went through that, so you don't have to go through that.
It's tough, man, because we know that music is influential.
Yeah. But now putting it in your music, that's the only thing that sells. It's like this conscious rap and all that shit, it don't sell like that.
That's I mean, it's not gonna change, but that's what I think is a major issue with the whole thing. Because let me see, let me play it again. It's on. Okay.
Time to get back to it. Even Sexy Red chimed in and wrote, they let Twin out in reference to their physical resemblance. Judge Paige Reese Whitaker sentenced Thug to 15 years of probation with no time to be served in prison.
I know you're talented, and even if you choose to continue to rap, you need to try to use your influence to let kids know that that is not the way to go.
Prior to the court,
right there.
Well,
what she just said, you need to use your influence to let kids know that that's not the way to go. So how's the influence? Because it sounds like what you were saying earlier. They'll go and these certain types of people, maybe not necessarily Thug himself, but these certain rappers would go and sell drugs to the community.
Mm-hmm.
They'll do, a lot of people do drive-bys and shoot and kill other people, steal from each other. But then they'll turn around and give turkeys away on Thanksgiving, give backpacks around this time in school. What difference does that make if what difference does that make if one of the most influential forms of media is in opposition to your actual acts? Like, how good is that backpack that you give to that child when you or somebody who is influenced by your music? And now I'm not putting it on the artist necessarily, but if you or somebody that's influenced by your music killed that child's father.
Good point.
And that's why I'm thinking, like, 15 years, I doubt that he's.
Oh, so y'all think he's gonna violate his probation?
I don't necessarily think so. I hope not.
I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna violate his probation. This scared the shit. Like, bro, you know how much years he was facing? This scared the shit out you.
Yeah, it was like 45 years or something like
scared
that.
Scared the shit out you. I don't care what you say. A lot of things, you can tell a lot of people a lot of things, but when they're going through it, like, firsthand, that scared the shit out you. That scare you. Like, I don't, like, all this other shit is cool, but when you going through something because motherfucker told you not to do something and you actually going through it physically, it's, as a grown man I done went through some shit, that scared me more than anything. Like, I'm not doing that no more. I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm not doing that. That scares you. That scares the living daylights out of you. Like, for real, for real.
I hope not, man. I really, really hope not. It's tough for me to believe that he won't, because
I think he won't. I think he will not get in no more trouble. I don't give a fuck what you say, because the people around him will make sure he don't get in no trouble. Like the T.I.s, the Lil Babies, all of them gonna be around him, gonna make sure people around him, like, nah, he can't be in here right now, thugging.
Oh, okay.
He gotta go too. He can't be around here thugging here right now. They gonna remove them. People that can violate his things because they love him so much, they're gonna remove themselves from him. Like, no, I gotta wait till you get through with this. I could probably have a conversation, send you a letter, do all that stuff, but I can't be around you to violate your thing to have you go back to jail. You're too much important to be on this side of the fence to be on that side of the fence. So I don't think he will go back. You're gonna see a changed man out of Young Thug, because this shit scared the shit out you, boy. I don't give a fuck what you talking about.
But do you? Let me ask you guys. Tim, Be Humble, OG, if you're still in here, do you think it's hypocritical? Because in one hand, you're on a gun safety, violence prevention commercial, but your music is talking about how you is polar opposite of that. And we just said that positive image stuff don't sell. They don't get a whole lot of attention. So is it hypocritical? So I'm like, I think it is. I think it is. I think the best form of an apology, and this is one thing I'll quote Charlemagne about, the best form of an apology is in changed behavior.
But like I say too, you can change that behavior, right? And that can be cool and fine and dandy. But I can be out here on these streets, right, as a young jitterbug. People don't fail to realize this. I always think about this. I can be out here terrorizing the community. I could have been robbed people. I could have shot at a couple people. I could have did all that stuff, right? Just because you say I quit does not mean the person that you did that to say they quit. Maybe they might want their lick back, and you don't understand the ramifications of that. So now if they come back because you say I quit, I'm a changed man and all that, if they come back and they do something to you, are they wrong?
And that's a part of that's a fair question.
Are they wrong? Because it's just like when you kids, when you playing and everything, when you on top, everything cool. But as a kid, when you see the tables turn, you want to call timeout. Ain't no timeout now, because I done started got in the hang of this now, and that's my turn now. Now you want to call timeout? That's what I say as an adult timeout.
Adult timeout?
Yeah. No, how you gonna say timeout now? You robbed me. You did all this kind of crazy stuff to me. Now you want to say I'm out the game? I quit? How?
And that's what. Yeah, that's a very fair. Exact. That is a great point, bro. That is an amazing point, because like how do you say do something to somebody? Like we can't control how people react to whatever it is.
That's a fact. That
you know
is
what I mean?
Straight fact.
We can't control how people react to the stuff that we do to them. Mm-hmm. Generally speaking, I'm not saying you or me, but in general. Mm-hmm. But do you think there's a cap on that though?
How?
For instance, if somebody pushes somebody, now they're in an argument and they push them. The other person that got pushed ups on them.
No. You can't tell nobody how to react to what you did to them. I'm a firm believer in that. If you slap the shit out of me and I pull out the bang and I shoot you, even though I'm going to jail, that's me, I'm going to jail. You can't tell somebody how to react. Leave people the fuck alone. I'm a very firm believer in that. Leave people alone. You might be playing, little dude. Everybody else ain't out here playing, B. I forgot what movie that came off of. Maybe one of y'all can remind me.
Was this? It sound like Paid in Full.
No,
like
it wasn't Paid in Full. It was some other, I forgot, this is a black movie too. I'm going to get my black card revoked. Matter of fact, there it go right there. Was it Boys in the Hood? No, it was Friday. You out here playing, everybody else out here ain't playing, Smokey. That man gonna kill you about his money. You out here playing, everybody else ain't out here playing, B.
Oh, when Craig was lecturing.
Yeah, lecturing Smokey about playing with Big Perm money. You playing, everybody out here ain't playing. So I'm a firm believer in that. If you want to push somebody and they pull out the bank or they stop the shit out you or they damn near stomp you out, hey, that's what come with the territory. Leave people alone. You leave people alone, everything will be good. No harm, no foul.
Yeah, man, it's like a catch-22 because in one hand we know the issue, and the solution, but at the same time the solution is not profitable, so we don't pursue the solution.
Mm-hmm. So I'm a firm believer. I don't think there's no limits. And a lot of people are like, man, I ain't do that hard. No, you shouldn't have touched me, period. If you never touched me, we would never be in this situation.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't do anything to violate his probation. From other videos that I've seen about it, he gets he still is able to go on tour.
Yeah, you just got to report it all. You know they're going to still let him work because he's a rapper. He got to make money to pay for his parole. So he got to pay for his parole and pay it.
He got 2 years of You think they letting him go on tour to make sure that he pays for all of that stuff? That this 2 year.
Yeah. You got to. You got to pay all your court fees and all that stuff. That's why that's why you got to work. You got to work when you get on probation and pay. You got to pay the probation people.
Well, okay. Let me ask it this way. Do you think they found out somehow that it was more profitable for him to go on tour and give the state money back than to be in jail and not make any money or little to no money?
That's a good conspiracy theorist. I wouldn't put it past him. I'm not going to agree with you, but I'm not going to disagree with you at the same time. I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him at all.
Wow, that's a thought process right there. Let's see. Tim said LeBron loved all the street dudes, but he wouldn't raise his kids in the black community. Facts.
Hold on. Take that bomb back. Wait, take the bomb back. Hold up before you get the bomb. Who would if you had that kind of money? So you mean to tell me you're going to go move on the same block you grew up in if you got that kind of money? Tim? Tim? I'm just asking a question. No, we like to talk. We like to go back and forth. I just can't give you the bomb right there when LeBron is damn near a billionaire. You think you finna go on the same block and do the same things? Nigga, you finna go get your motherfucking pedicures and manicures. You finna go get your goddamn massages and rock therapy and all that too. You finna go get your milk mask and all that shit for your skin too. You finna do it. Nigga, when we get money, you start shit change. You don't drink regular milk no more, nigga. You drink oat milk. You don't eat regular cereal. You eat rich people cereal.
What's rich people?
I don't know, but I know it's a rich people cereal. You don't eat ham sandwiches and the ham off the bone and all. You don't eat government cheese no more. Then you got your whole dairy farm. You get your shit straight out the dairy farm. You feel me, Tim? So I agree with you and understand what you're trying to come at you, but hey, you gonna change this. Money change you. I ain't gonna lie to you, money do change. You will start doing stuff different. You don't just make your coffee in there no more. You go get it from Starbucks. Matter of fact, you got a Starbucks in your goddamn house.
Nish said professional snitch is insane.
You feel me? So I understand that. I get where you're coming from, but when you get money, I don't do the same thing I used to do no more. When I used to grow up on Trumbull, I don't do those things no more. People look at me like I'm bougie now, but I'm not, but I just don't do the same thing no more.
You know better, you do better.
It ain't even that you know better, you do better. You got some money now.
You know better, right? You know better than to get a whole bunch of money and then take it back to
money make you know
from.
better. Spaces don't like me talking about this money thing.
What you mean?
Because he be like, Spaces be on the thing of like, man, money don't make me do what? Shit.
Hold on.
What you talking about? I'm one of them ones, nigga. I'm moving. I'm leaving. I'm all this stuff. I'm not going to drive the same whip. I'm not going to have on the same clothes. Nigga, this is Versace. F-O-Sachi. What the fuck is you talking about? I'm on all that. I'm one of them ones. I ain't finna lie to you. No, you can't give a nigga some money if you want to. Niggas not doing the same thing no more. You think I'm wearing Fruity Balloons now still? No, nigga, I got on some motherfucking Tom Fords. What is going on here? When you get some money, shit changes, bro. They look different. They look at you different. They smell different. You think I'm going to go get some cologne from the motherfucking mall in the middle of the mall now? Hell no. I'm going to the boutique to get my cologne. I'm like, all this stuff, yeah, we changing. This shit gonna change, bro. I'm telling you, get some money, shit changes, bro. You don't got the little United Insurance no more. Nigga, you got Geico. You got State Farm. You got all this shit. Like, this shit really do change. Like, y'all, you know what I'm talking about. All y'all in this goddamn chat, when y'all start getting some money and you got a good job, shit changes. You don't got Medicaid no more. Your ass got United Healthcare. What is you talking about? You don't go to the county hospital. Your ass go way out here to the white people hospital. Shit changes when you got money.
Shout out to Beyonce and Lizzo getting paid.
That's what I'm saying.
Getting paid to.
Yeah. Shit, am I lying?
No, you're right. You're right. Absolutely.
You don't drive Detroit. I ain't gonna say Detroit because everybody still. He said PPO high.
Miss Tish, that's my cousin, by the way. That's my cousin. I'm glad y'all could join the live. I appreciate y'all for being here.
Y'all know when you start getting a little bit of money, man, hell yeah. You don't want to be around them niggas neither. And when I mean niggas, people know what I'm talking about as such black folks when I say niggas. I'm not talking about black folks. I'm talking about niggas. You don't want to be around them no more.
Oh.
I ain't lying.
No, you're right. You're right. Absolutely. You definitely have to change your whole environment once you get to a certain level.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. So, again, share this with at least 2 people. Let them know your favorite after church podcast is going on. I'm your man, Spaces this mall to my right. Appreciate you guys for being.
Come on, man. Let's keep going. Because we'll sit up here and clown all day and won't get no work done, man. Come on, let's go, man.
Appreciate y'all for being here.
Hey, man, all y'all that's new, this is how we do, man. We had these conversations, man. Spaces be sitting up here laughing at me because he's like 25% white and all this. If you don't know, you know. Go back and listen to old episodes. You know what I'm talking about.
All right, this is another thing that came across my purview. Let's see. Let's go to this one first. Pull it up for the people. All right.
Some parts of the U.S. is becoming out of reach, but a new concept here in Bakersfield and the Bay Area is gaining some traction. It allows for multiple people to share one home. David Louie explains.
The rent for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house like this in Palo Alto could easily run $6,000 to $8,000. The residents are paying just
$6,000 to $8,000.
$800 per month. While they share the kitchen and other spaces, the 14 residents sleep in pods.
Oh, yo, I didn't see this, yo.
A bit larger than a twin bed.
But our pods are actually 8 feet tall. So it gives enough room for like bigger people and like also like some wiggle room. So they're not like the Japanese capsules. They're a little bit larger.
She and co-founder James Stallworth wanted to address the need for affordable housing. They tried to do this in New York, but ran into objections. Palo Alto doesn't set a limit on renters in a single-family house. They also found a cooperative landlord.
We told them about our concept and the benefits of it and how it would help people, and the landlord was interested.
Residents are all in their 20s, getting started or doing internships. Luis Alonso from Peru loves access to the kitchen. Sleeping in a pod is fine.
For me, it's like I don't need like a bigger space. It's just so I can every night when I go to sleep, it's I need just one bed.
In a year, the idea went from a concept to affordable housing for 20 at 2 sites, financed mostly by savings and family.
I don't mind depleting my savings like this. Like, as long as I'm able to bring this to the world, that's all I really care about.
I want to buy your house.
Okay. And then let's switch to, let me switch it off. Hold on. Just in case something else.
The most expensive cities in the world to rent an apartment. Buying a place there, out of the question for most people.
What if you could have access to housing but never necessarily own? And do you even need to own your own washing machine? Can you share it? Do you need your own hairdryer? Can you share it? Do you need your own toothpaste? Can you share it?
That's the idea behind the
Hold
housing
on.
company PodShare.
Did she say share toothpaste? Huh?
Do you need your own toothpaste? Can you share it?
That's the idea behind
Own your own washing machine. What if you could have access to housing but never necessarily own? And do you even need to own your own washing machine? Can you share it? Do you need your own hairdryer? Can you share it? Do you need your own toothpaste? Can you share it?
That's the idea behind the housing company PodShare. First started 8 years ago in LA by Elvina Beck.
Bye, Sean.
Bye.
The 35-year-old entrepreneur now has a location in San Diego and one in San Francisco, in the Tender Knob neighborhood, where you can rent a bunk bed or a pod for $1,200 a month. Comes with some shelves and a personal...
Bro. $1,200 for... Okay.
TV. It's in an open space with other tenants, no guests allowed. The building has 2 shared bathrooms, a fully stocked kitchen, a workroom and a TV room, an outdoor community space, free Wi-Fi, Netflix, and Hulu, and all the utilities are included. There are also lockers you can use to store your valuables.
In a way, it's kind of like going back to college dorm.
Wait a minute.
So you didn't look at this before you did it?
Not this one. I did not expect his voice. Okay.
Living, except everyone's older and more mature.
Philippe Dunbar chose this co-living lifestyle because
it's crazy expensive today.
And he works freelance, so he doesn't have a consistent income. That makes it even harder to get an apartment.
Landlords really don't like unconventional. They want pay stubs. They want proof of income.
If you're single with no kids, no pets, willing to live with strangers with very little privacy, tenants claim this is a steal.
I was super terrified about just like sharing
Right,
a big open space.
We ain't got to sit up there. What's the question you're trying to ask?
What do you think about it in general? Because we are, especially in California, it is extremely expensive to live.
It ain't for me. That's all I got to say. It ain't for me. If you a freelancer, like you say, and you do that, people are nasty. Folks, you see the way folks do just any little old thing. People are nasty, and I'm cool. Nah, B. What you think?
I think for the price that they mentioned, you might as well move out here to Illinois and get your own space for $1,400. Because if you're going to be paying $1,200 for a cubicle to sleep in, just come to Illinois or like come to the Midwest somewhere and get your own space for maybe $100, $200 more, around about, more or less, and you have your own entire space. And then on top of that, yeah, it's absolutely people are disgusting with the way that they live. Like people don't like it's crazy because it seems like the more convenient life gets, the lazier people get.
So fact.
Like there was a point when a dishwasher wasn't a thing. So people were like, "Oh man, I don't like washing dishes. It takes so long, especially when you got pots or you're tired from work or you're dealing with the kids and you got to do all of that stuff. And on top of that, still need to wash the dishes. Dishwasher comes. people don't put the dishes in the dishwasher. It still piles up.
Hey, but famous quote from Mother every day. The less I ask you to do, the less you want to do. I think that's what she said. If J every day in the cloud somewhere or text us one of, but I think that's what your mother every day used to say. The less I ask you to do, the less you want to do. Or it was just something on the sense of that.
I remember being a kid myself and saying, if I don't tell you, because I obviously, I didn't just automatically do my chores all the time. One of the phrases that's kind of burned into my memory is, if I don't tell you to do it, then you won't do it. When it comes to chores, if I don't tell you to clean up your room, if I don't tell you to do your chores as far as the dishes, or your chore to sweep the floors, or it's your chore to do whatever it is that you're supposed to do in the house, then it doesn't get done. So I tell you that because you don't do it unless you don't do it otherwise. So if you listen, I think of people that live in dorms, that have lived in dorms in college, people switching roommates and paying twice, what is it? Like getting an actual apartment in the area of their school because they don't want to live on campus, because they don't want a roommate, because they don't know the person that they're going to be roommates with. People get a roommate and then they switch roommates, and then that second roommate is just as bad or worse than the first one.
Yeah.
Now you got 8 different people, 10 different people living in this one house. Nobody has their own personal space except for this little cubicle. It looked like it kind of like a coffin to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I guess you already answered that question.
Yeah, I'm cool. I don't like being
You
around
couldn't do
people.
pie living?
No, I can't, because I don't like being around people and stuff like that. No. I have a family, and sometimes I just like being in the house by myself.
Yeah, that's what the lady said in the video. If you don't have no pets and no kids.
No, I'm cool. People are nasty, because you would think it's nasty. They'll just think it's junky. It's a difference. Junky and nasty is two different. Junky is when, like, you coming home from work, you've been working 4 or 5 days of work, you just throwing your clothes over in the corner, but when you get off, you're going to it's time to do laundry, you start putting the things together. That's junky. Other motherfuckers will leave, like, stuff on the sink, food over here on the floor, this over there. Like, that's starting to get nasty, because when you say nasty, that's beginning to get rodents. Junky is just clothes, it's just on the corner or something like that.
Yeah, and then on top of that, too, I'm thinking about the refrigerator. Think about that. Like, even when people bring food to work, they forget that their food is in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
And then eventually it gets moldy. How do y'all regulate with 8, 10 different people who cleans out the refrigerator? I don't know, I guess. And then, like, how... I'm curious to even more know even more how that works, because if you're paying $1,200 for this little pod, what is that going towards? Is this like $1,200 in rent? Like, you're renting this?
Yeah.
$1,200 for that little corner. Think about that. Somebody told me that's in real estate, that they're in real estate and a person is charging, I think it was $1,200 or $1,300 for a room in the building, not an entire apartment.
Yeah, yeah.
Just one room.
Yeah.
Ms. Tish said, "I can't live nowhere. I have to put my name on my food. It's for the eccentric people."
That's a fact. I'm with you on that, Ms. Tish.
Like, that's wild, and it's crazy to think that living has gotten so wild these days. That is even a thing, because it's one thing for, you heard of tiny homes, right?
Yeah.
It's one thing to have. Why not just get a tiny home? $1,200, like, you can. I don't know how much a tiny home would be in Cali. Maybe $1,500.
Yeah, nah, about 2,000. No, wait, $1,500 a month?
Yeah.
Oh no, because that, you see, that's a pod. that shit might be $4,500 a month.
It can't be, bro. Hold on. It can't be. Let's see. If the computer will work. Definitely forgot that. Let's see. Let's check out. This said it definitely changes. What changes? The price of the container home versus the pod living?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Because it's wild. Let's put this up here.
Last subject, then I gotta go to.
Oh, you gotta do. All right.
Guys, right now we're going to be taking you through this brand new tiny home. This is a beautiful tiny home. It's just a couple hundred square feet. It is a studio. Virtue Built did an excellent job with this home.
Hey, man,
Virtue Built is a new
With
manufactured
this, no,
housing
keep going. I'm talking. You keep going, I'm talking.
builder
With this,
out of Riverside,
it's to
California.
each his own.
If you're interested in
It's
learning
not
more
for me,
about
though.
newer pre-owned manufactured homes, mobile homes, or tiny homes, make sure you leave a comment and we will send you more
That's like a
information.
motherfucking,
Let's get started here. They really
a
did
shopping
a
plaza,
nice
a parking
job
lot.
with this home. I love the shiplap siding all around the home, dual pane vinyl windows. There's only so much you can do with the front of a tiny home, but they made great use. It has good curb appeal, looks very nice.
Are they gonna go on the
As you
inside?
can
What
see,
the
the
heck?
shiplap siding is all the way around.
Space is thinking about getting him a tiny home.
Wow, this is really nice. Remember, this is just a studio. This kitchen
Oh,
is
it's just a studio. I
excellent.
was about to say, where my room at?
But let's go over here where the sleeping quarters would be.
Over here? What you mean? The fuck is you talking about over here? What the fuck is it? What's going on? What's going on, man? What's going on? Am I the only one that was he being funny? Or was he serious? Wait, was he being funny or was he serious?
Bro, they tried to turn the camera slow.
Man, no, man.
And this is sped up. Hold on.
Wow, this is really nice. Remember, this is just a studio. This kitchen is excellent. But let's go over here where the sleeping quarters would be. You could put a futon, a sofa bed, or even on this wall right here behind us, you could put one of those beds that come down from a wall bed.
Man, stop this. Are you serious about this shit, bro? I'm out, man. I ain't finna stick at this shit no more. Hey, man, Space is gonna finish up the pod. We're gonna take a quick pause because I gotta get to, gotta get what you call the shower's gonna yell at me anyway when I get there. But I was enjoyed, man, chilling and kicking it with y'all, man. But we will be full force back next week, right?
Yeah, next week.
Everybody will be here, and I'll have more time. Then it was just Spaces was no, it ain't gonna say Spaces. I wanted to throw it in line on him, but it wasn't his fault. It's just that I had some things to do, and still got lives to do and stuff like that, man. But hey, your boy Maul out. Spaces gonna finish.
All right, y'all. Be back in a quick minute.
Yeah, peace.
Yo. Gotta switch my setup a little bit. Man, oh man. I didn't know that was back there. All right. Could y'all live in a tiny home or no? You see, let's actually finish out because my boy was saying, let's it turn into the living quarters, bro. Be Humble said no tiny home for me. Why not a tiny home, bro? Like, okay, let's say you live by yourself, right? You live by yourself. Let's see. Let me pull it back up. Right here. All right, you live by yourself, bro.
And again, sorry, we're gonna come back over here to the right here.
The only thing it's missing, I don't know what's back here. What's this supposed to be back here? It's supposed to, the back door. This is supposed to be the back door right here. Be Humble said I'm 6'3". What that mean? I'm sure the ceiling would be taller than you, bro. You probably had to duck your head going down into the when you open the door. When you open the front door, you got to duck your head to get inside your tiny home. But bro, everything is right there in front of you. What's it? You can't even call it the laundry room. This door back here, I don't know if y'all can see it, but you can't even call it the laundry room because the washer dryer right here. Where are you gonna put your dirty clothes? Just gonna sit them in the hallway. Miss said, "All right, it's better than the pods." Actually, that's what I'm thinking about right. Oh shoot, that's what I'm thinking about right now. Is it's better than the pods for sure. I don't know what I did, but here we go. Yeah, it's definitely better than the pods. I don't know how. The pods is crazy. The pods are crazy. Be Humble said those pods have to. That's another thing. That's another thing, bro. Those pods have to have a musty smell. All those people. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Because people don't take showers, bro. People don't take showers. People will actually walk around musty, bro. Like, you don't have 9 other people in this house and that have to smell you. Like, what the heck? And then paying $1,200 for that. I can't imagine paying $1,200 for that. $1,200, that is roughly the rent out here in Illinois. Not, I'm going to say Illinois, in Chicagoland area. It's roughly the rent. Give or take at least $100. Yeah, I'm saying at least $100. But, bro. When you going crazy. No shoes in my pod. No shoes in my pod, bro. Then what if somebody again, they put something in the refrigerator and they forget that it's in there, or they decide that they don't want it anymore. People are lazy around the house, man. Like, nah, I can't do it, bro. Miss Tish says, definitely a short-term live. All right, I like the way you're thinking. Because if I could, all right. So how short-term? Are we talking $1,200? Are you talking about, first of all, are you talking about the pod or are you talking about the tiny home? I think you're talking about the pod. So how short-term? Because $1,200 for 3 months, 6 months, that's a lot of money saved. But it's a lot of money saved in comparison to having your own apartment. But at the same time, listen, we've all lived with other people. If it's not from a standpoint of you being an only child and having to live with your parents, from a standpoint of having siblings, from a standpoint of seeing people around us in school, to, again, people living with people in dorm rooms, we've seen the habits of people. And if you work retail, don't even get me started on those bathrooms, because I've worked retail and I had to clean the bathrooms a long time ago. Don't even get me started. We walk past people that are musty at work. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Be Humble said, that's close to my mortgage for a 4-bed, 2.5 bath home in Maryland. And that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, bro. For that much, if you're gonna be paying $1,200 for a corner that you're sharing with 6, 7, 8, 9 other people, just get your own apartment. I don't get it. All right, let's see. So, thank you guys for being here. Hit the like button. Share this with 2 people. Let them know your favorite after church podcast is on. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. So here's another thing that I wanted to talk about. That's Malls. Let me get that out of there. We will talk about that next week. As if the cost of living isn't already too high, right? And we talked about this at least a week or 2 ago. Tish said, only a year in that tiny house, I'm 5'2". Only a year? Okay. Only a year. I didn't see how much. You know what? Let's see. Let me see if they talk about how much it costs, because they didn't specify that. Let's see.
We've added these 3 ship windows. That's what I call them. Tell me what you would call these windows right there in the comment section. But again, we love this right here in the kitchen. You really have
a window that you can't see nothing out of. That's what I call it. That's what I call it.
Have everything you need. This vanity to the back. This is a quick video. There's only so much in a home that's only a couple hundred square feet, if that. Take a look at this bathroom, quartz countertops, tub shower combo. I love the black. Take a look at the black over here. And this vanity is really one of a kind. I have not seen that. Make sure you hit that subscribe.
Okay, I didn't hear them specify how much it is. But let's see. Let's see if we can Google that. Let's see. Cost of tiny house. Let me say in California. Okay, let's see. This says the cost of a tiny home in California can vary from the low 30,000s to over 180,000, depending on several factors. Location, tiny homes in rural areas or regions with more affordable land are usually less expensive. Amenities, size, building method. The fact that is so wide of an amount, though, I guess it kind of makes sense. 30,000 to 180,000. But I also think this is under the assumption of people owning them. I think a single person can make a tiny home work. Call me weird. I think a single person can make a tiny home work. It needs to have at least just one bedroom, because when this person was talking about you can have a foldable sofa bed and the bed that you hang on the wall and then it folds out. If you have to do that, then that's what you have to do. But ultimately, if you don't have to do that, then you don't have to do that. Like, you just add another room to it. I don't know. Let's see. Tish said, I come from a household of 5 boys, 2 beds. I can never go back to sharing living space. Not to mention, it's going to look like the video when you pull up. It's not going to look like the video when you pull up. Facts. It just like any food restaurant commercial. It's never going to look like it'll look delicious in the commercial, but when you go to get it, it looks like, yeah, polar opposite. Almost ruin your appetite. It looks so different. But let's see. Get rid of that one. Let's see. Where did it go? Right here. Okay. So, like, comment, share, subscribe. Appreciate you guys for being here. Now, as if cost of living isn't already high, as if we haven't had multiple different situations and scenarios as to how difficult it is for people to live, especially in Chicago. Mayor Brandon Johnson proposes another $300 million increase in taxes in Chicago. Check it out.
We're still digesting the city's big budget announcement less than 24 hours ago. So it's fair to say people are still digesting the city's financial problems as well as the proposed solutions along with breakfast this morning. Austin Berg, Vice President of Marketing for the Illinois Policy Institute, is here to help us make sense of where we are and what this could mean for our pocketbooks from here. So we want to thank you for your time.
Of course. Glad to be here.
Let's go right into this. The rumors were true that after a full campaign of saying that we wouldn't have property tax increases, that wasn't on the table. Here we are in year 2 of a budget. 2025 budget includes a $300 million increase. And I'm sure it couldn't have been an easy decision. Definitely not an easy announcement for the mayor, but what do you think he could have or should have done instead?
Should have followed his promise. And you're exactly right. Over and over and over again during the campaign, including on Fox 32 debates. You guys have the footage. You have the receipts, as the kids say. He has said over and over and over he would not hike property taxes on Chicagoans. He abided by his promise in the first year. The second year, under pressure from his largest campaign donors, which are government unions, including the Chicago Teachers Union, his former employer, he completely folded over, and he's sticking it to taxpayers.
Yeah, and so Chicagoans already pay what feels like for so many people an exorbitant amount. It really is.
Yeah.
Some of the highest property taxes in the nation, but a sticking point for many aldermen appears.
Super big facts. I've seen Brandon Johnson in video when he was on his campaign trying to using the idea of not raising property taxes as a ploy to get him into office. Seen it. And we might even be able to pull it up, but we'll check it out. Let's see what else they have to say.
Appears to be the fact that we could have used some federal help last year, or at least it would have softened the blow or fixed the issue one way or the other, similar to what happened during Lori Lightfoot's administration. Can you explain that?
Well, the extent of the mismanagement kind of just adds more pain, insult to injury, I guess you could say, because this administration has done an absolutely horrible job of managing the city's finances. The real reason that this budget crunch is happening is because of something we all knew 2 years ago, which is that the federal money from COVID was going to run out. That was not an infinite piggy bank from which we could draw. Yeah. But yet with that money, instead of shoring up our finances, the city went on a hiring spree, Chicago Public Schools went on a hiring spree at the encouragement, again, of these same government unions, including the Chicago Teachers Union, Brandon Johnson's largest campaign funder. And then when time came to make some tough decisions, to make some balanced decisions, Brandon Johnson went with his largest campaign donors, not with the people of the city of Chicago.
I mean, we say a hiring spree, but whether it's first responders.
I think it's one thing I think about, and I'm learning to read in between the lines of what politicians say and how they speak. I'm learning to read in between the lines of their words. And I'm noticing that if you really connect the dots for all of the things that Brandon Johnson in particular says, if you notice, he, along with other people and other mayors that I've seen, how do I say this? Let me make sure I have this right. So we have Chicago's a sanctuary city, and these immigrants come to Chicago and they give them all of these legalities and all of these special privileges. And one of the things they do is they give them citizenship in Chicago. They give them visas to work, they give them the right to vote and all that stuff. And then here comes Brandon Johnson talking about we need to do better for the citizens of Chicago. You see the correlation? You see the correlation? Just something to think about.
Responders, or even a lot of schools. I mean, we just had the story the other day about so many schools not even having a librarian. I mean, hiring spree, but there are so many positions that are not filled right now.
Well, Chicago's school budget is just crazy. We have so much money that's going really to empty buildings, and we're funding buildings, not students. And so I have a hard time with these arguments, especially from the CTU, saying we need a librarian, we need a librarian, we need a librarian. Of course, we need to be able to provide kids the resources that they need to learn. But Chicago is spending $30,000 per student per year. If you were, or I sent our kid to a private school, $30K could buy some pretty good private schooling, right? So that means the money really isn't making it to the classroom. It's being cut up at every step of the way by government unions that are not interested in the outcomes of our students. They're interested in their own bottom lines. And guess what? They have a right to advocate for that, but it doesn't mean that the mayor should always side with his campaign donors.
Absolutely true. So your organization believes this proposed budget could cost the city in more ways than just higher property taxes. Where else do you feel like this proposal could affect the city the most?
Wow. I mean, you think about the exodus of people from the city of Chicago. We are a city that is not growing as fast as our peers. From 1870 to 1900, Chicago was not only the fastest growing city in Illinois or the Midwest or America, it was the fastest growing city in the history of the world. We are a long way from that, but we can get back to it if we get back to some common sense budgeting, start to lower taxes, attract business, and attract investment. If we keep sticking it to homeowners and politicians refuse to make tough decisions with their campaign donors, it's going to continue that sort of slow shrinkage of Chicago.
I have a question about you to you guys in the stream, and I already know the answer to it, but I'm going somewhere with this. Yay or nay? Do you think politicians, generally speaking, maybe not all, but generally speaking, politicians say whatever they need to say to get into office and then turn around and do their own thing? And once they get in office, their true intentions come up, and you see the reflection of that in the legislation that they pass. Do you think so? I think so. And I say that to say because one of the things that Be Humble actually mentioned it, and he'll be better at explaining it. But I think it was my goodness, it was CR. What was it? Be Humble CR. Something. Oh man. Be Humble. What was it? CR. Continued resolution. Was it continued resolution? Basically, what continued resolution was, as he explained it, if I remember it right, was instead of making out, continual resolution. Thank you. Instead of making out an elongated plan, an elongated budget as to how funds can be allocated to different things that are happening in the city, they just make the whoever it is, the people that are sitting in the seats of air quotes power, that make all the decisions. They make a 6-month budget. They just based on that from today to 6 months from today, they only make a budget for that. I'm not a politician, right? I'm not an elected official. I'm not one of those people that sit in the seat and make these financial decisions. But if maybe I'm mistaken, but if you make a budget, even on a regular, on your regular salary, if you make a budget, that budget has to expand past 6 months. If you make $60,000 a year and you're trying to make a budget, you can't just based on, if you make $60,000, imagine that, think about that. You make $60,000 a year, but you're only making a budget for 6 months. How does that even work? Am I off here? Am I off? Because it doesn't make sense to me. The more I learn about how these politicians and elected officials think, the more I realize this could be an easy job. Maybe I'm overspeaking on that part. Because, I mean, it is a whole bunch. It's what? I don't know how many millions of people, 8 million people in Chicago. I could be wrong, probably off on that. I got Google right here. I can look it up. But there's a lot of people to allocate those funds for. And a lot of things that Chicago needs to allocate those funds for, which to me would mean that you need to plan out further than just 6 months what it is that you want to do with this money. Am I wrong on that? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Because it's like the more this dude talks, the longer he's in office, the worse Chicago gets. The worst Chicago, like for instance, we talked about at least over a month ago, or maybe Brandon Johnson choosing to remove ShotSpotter. You think I'm lying? Okay. If you haven't heard it, we'll hear from the horse's mouth. Let's see. We'll let Brandon Johnson explain it himself. Let's see.
All right, we want to get back to our top local story. Chicago alderman trying to save the gunfire detection system ShotSpotter before its contract expires this weekend.
WGN's Eric Rung is live at City Hall with more on the ShotSpotter debate. Eric?
Appreciate you, Nish.
Well, good
Thanks
morning.
for stopping
City
by.
Council members believe that they still have a few moves left to force Mayor Brandon Johnson to keep the gunshot detection system up and running here in Chicago, including taking him and his administration to court. Now, the mayor, for his part, has shown no signs of reversing his decision.
We're here today to talk about one thing: saving lives.
More than a dozen city council members from all across the city were joined by community leaders and former CPD Superintendent Eddie Johnson to plead with Mayor Brandon Johnson to continue using the gunshot detection technology.
ShotSpotter is a technology we would be foolish to get rid of.
Alderman Ray Lopez says Sound Thinking sent a contract extension to the mayor at a nearly 50% cut in price. The mayor campaigned on getting rid of ShotSpotter, saying it is ineffective and leads to over-policing in black and brown communities. On Monday, he offered his harshest criticism to date.
$100 million for a walkie-talkie on a pole. And the reason why they said we needed it was to reduce gun violence. It didn't do that. So, it's incumbent upon all of us to make sure that the investments that we're making, they have to get at the problem.
Saying that we spent $100 million on ShotSpotter is a lie when the facts say $53 million. Saying that they said, whoever they
How
say
much?
it is, $100 million on ShotSpotter
Wait a minute.
is
Incumbent upon all of us to make sure that the
Look at, come on, man. I'm sorry. I get a, come on, man. Come on, man. This is, Be Humble, you were here for this live stream, bro. Hold on, let me go back a little bit.
So, it's incumbent upon all of us.
Look at this. Is that a $30,000? Is that a $30,000 haircut to you? $30,000 a year? How about, I don't know. I wish I was able to get more information about this, because I'm still curious about how $30,000 a year on these mohawks that he gets makes sense for anything. If look, listen to this. If he's paying $30,000, he can't even budget a price for a haircut. Does that make sense? He thinks it's acceptable to pay $30,000 a year for a haircut. Haircuts on average, from what last I heard, like $40, right? $40. Even if you get your own stylist, your own barber, and you pay them, they normally charge $100, and just for the haircut, and they fix up your face, maybe that's another $20, $30. That's $60, $70 for everything. Even if you get them $150, just because you have a higher budget now, just like Ma was saying earlier, you have more money, you spend more money. That's just what's going to happen with the absolute majority of people. You have more money, you're going to spend more money. This dude can't even budget a proper price for a haircut. Tell me, does this look like it's worth $30,000 to y'all? Hold on, I don't think y'all see it. Does that look? Hold on,
to make sure
man.
that the investments that we're making, they have to get at the problem.
Saying that we spent $100 million on ShotSpotter is a lie when the facts say $53 million. Saying that they said, whoever they say it is, that ShotSpotter will reduce crime by 50% is a lie.
B almost said that's messed up to zoom in. I'm just saying, bro. Yes or no? Does that look like a $30,000 haircut, though? Come on, man.
Never heard anyone say that.
The mayor ended the contract with Sound Thinking last February. It's set to go.
So, fact. Well, not fact, but according to what this man just said, I didn't catch his name. According to what he just said.
Contract with Sound Thinking last February. It's set to go off.
Crime by 50% is a saying that they said, whoever they say it is, that ShotSpotter will reduce crime by 50% is a lie. I never heard anyone say that.
The mayor ended the contract.
He said a few seconds ago, let me go back.
Saying that we spent $100 million on ShotSpotter is a lie when the facts say $53 million.
So just off of those two numbers right there, either it's $100 million or $53 million. Either way, he's trying to increase property taxes by $300 million. ShotSpotter alone, let's just say on the low end, according to what this guy just said, is $53 million a year. If you take away ShotSpotter, that means you have another $53 million a year. Am I wrong? Am I off with this, yo? Am I off? Because I know when you're creating a budget, you look at all of the things that you're spending money on, and you trim the fat of things that you can really cut out that aren't necessities. If you ask me, with the reputation that Chicago has, ShotSpotter seems like it's something that's beneficial. Somebody's going to listen to this and not know what ShotSpotter is. ShotSpotter is basically a sound detection technology where if a gunshot goes off, it triangulates where the gunshot came from, so it helps the police figure out where to go to triangulate where the shot happened. If you remove $53 million from your budget, then that means you should have an extra $53 million. Even if it's 100 million, because everybody likes to inflate numbers, so inflate or deflate numbers according to whatever narrative they're trying to push. So Brandon Johnson said 100 million, the guy said 53 million. Either way, it said okay. Be Humble said agreed. Thank you, because I'm like, this is just not making sense to me, man. Why are you? Brandon Johnson, while you're proposing an increase in property taxes for the Chicago people, why are you still allowing these migrants to be here? I'm sorry, let me say the word properly. These illegal immigrants to be here. Because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it seems like, at least in Chicago, the cost of living, taxes, everything went up ever since these people started flooding in here. It was going up gradually, of course. Chicago is one of let me see. We can look at this all together. Check it out. I don't know why that does that. All right, let's check it out. Let's check this list out. Hartford, Connecticut, #1 most expensive place to live. Los Angeles, California, #2. Florida, #3. Miami, really? I wouldn't have guessed that. Miami, Florida. New Haven, Connecticut. Listen. New York gotta be in top 5, because I know for a fact, not one single dollar less. Houses in New York, you can take any house in Illinois, any house. It can be something small as a flat 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom house. It can be something like a 3-story house, whatever. Take that same house and put it in New York. Easily double the price. Easily double the price. If it's $400,000 in Illinois, it's at least $800,000 in New York. I'm not even joking, because I've been in New York. I've seen it. Santa Barbara, California, Honolulu, these ain't even California. Look at this. California. Sheesh. It's not even the Midwest places, that's it. Okay, we number 25. I was about to say, sheesh, are we even on here? Oh, number 23. Sheesh, where I get 25 from? 23, number 23 on this list. Anyway, let's check this. Let's check something else out. Let's see. Just a random thing while we're checking this out, while we're on the subject. In Chicago. See, I guess the guy was right. According to the quick Googles, the cost of Chicago ShotSpotter system was over $53 million since 2018. The city's original contract with ShotSpotter was $33 million for 3 years. The contract was extended multiple times, including 2-year extension in 2021 and a 9-month extension in 2024. Why did it get shorter with each contract that was signed? Additional cost: the city spends millions of dollars on police officers to respond to the thousands of false alerts generated by ShotSpotter each year. Brandon Johnson estimated it to $100 million. He estimated it. Chicago would not renew the contract with ShotSpotter after the summer of 2024. The city has launched a process to find a replacement for ShotSpotter, but some say that the process could take over a year. Here it is, the definition for people who are going to watch the playback. ShotSpotter is a gunfire detection system that alerts police to gunshots. Some say the system is unreliable and susceptible to human error, while others say it helps police respond to shootings. A report from Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox. Oh man, Kim Fox. Kim Fox's office found that ShotSpotter has a minimal return on investment when it comes to holding shooters accountable. That's interesting. That sounds like a good conversation in terms of whether it's valid or not, whether it's accurate or not. That sounds like it'll be a good conversation. Let's see. Be Humble said New York is a cesspool. Don't get me started on New York, bro. Don't get me started on New York. When I was in New York, I was with some homies. It took us 1 hour to go 1 mile. You hear that? 1 hour to go 1 mile. It was terrible. It was terrible. Listen, if you're gonna travel in New York, you better do it at nighttime, or you better do it on the subway and watch your surroundings, because it was bad. It was bad. And I was the one trying to be patient in the car, like, oh, okay, we got it. The whole time in my head, I'm like, this is absolute nonsense. Oh man. I actually had something else that I want to talk about today, but we'll call it, let me see if I can find it. Where did it go? Yeah, probably won't be able to find it. So I'll say this. I'll probably have it in the playback when I get the editing done and everything. But I saw an unfortunate advertisement today. Hold on, let me see. You know what? Hold on, let me see. Let's do it this way. By the way, be humble. Did you happen to see that Cardi B endorsing Kamala Harris? I'm asking you specifically because we have our conversations. But anybody in the audience, did you see Cardi B endorsing Kamala Harris? He said no. All right, now check. I got two more. It's one subject, but two videos. So we'll check this out.
Look, nobody has.
Let's go here. Let me tell you, be humble. It was rough. But here we go. Check this out. I saw this on Anton's channel.
Always served as a beacon of hope in trying times.
And this election is no different. We are going to remember this moment forever.
The moment we chose joy and freedom
as a new way forward.
Some say faith and politics don't mix, but freedom and hope do. Seeing people from all different backgrounds,
races, religions, and genders
gather to show their support and enthusiasm
for Kamala Harris is church.
She exudes integrity,
dignity,
humanity,
and empathy.
and she can reach across the aisle, any aisle,
and get things done. That's what we need in the White House. The time is now.
The time is now. This moment, right now.
Each of us are called to our own vineyard. This is Kamala's. When our sister wins, we all win.
Vote for Kamala Harris by November the 5th.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
What's
That's Anton. Be humble. I got to get your thoughts, man. What do you think? What do you think, man? What do you think about that while I'm pulling up the other video? While I'm pulling up the other video. Tish said, I saw a little bit yelling at the. What are you yelling at? What are you yelling at? I'm genuinely curious about your opinion about that, about what you just saw in the commercial and with Cardi B. Well, I got the second. Here we go. I got the second video for you guys to check out. They got music here, so I gotta. Come on, man. Come on, man. Okay, I'm not gonna go there. So check it out. This is what how it went with her.
What's up, Milwaukee?
By the way, it's 1.25. So.
How you guys doing? I'm nervous. I'm excited.
Notice, look at her eyes.
What's up, y'all? 1 second, guys. 1 second.
So, if you haven't, I don't know what it is about. I'll wait. Tish. You said you saw Cardi B yelling and just kept scrolling, huh? This is why. What you're seeing right now is why. Notice she pointed at the back of the screen, or she pointed at something.
Okay, so I don't take lightly the call. Sorry, guys, I'm a little nervous. Guys. I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. I need patience over here. Patience, where are you, girl?
It sounds like she's saying bases. It sounds like she's saying bases, BASES, but I think she's saying patience.
Right here. Hold on. How you guys doing tonight?
That's like time number 3 or 4. Stalling is what I'm pointing at right now. She's stalling because we'll get there.
How you guys doing tonight? Are we ready to make history? Are we ready to make history? Are we ready to change these 4 years? No. Are we ready to change the next 8 years? Because we're going to make sure we have Kamala Harris in office for 8 years.
There's patience.
All right.
Now, I've never seen anybody read anything in regards to this off of their phone. I've never seen it. Never seen it.
Vice President Kamala Harris, thank you for having me. I do not take lightly the call to show up, the call to speak up, the call to deliver a message that's been on my heart for a hot minute now.
It's been on your heart for a hot minute, Cardi? Is that what it's been on your heart for a hot minute? If it's been on your heart for a hot minute, then you would probably be able to remember it without relying on the teleprompter, right? All right, right. I thought not. But it's just something that's been on my mind for a little bit. What's up with all of these celebrities that are coming out and I'm not even trying to make this a Kamala Harris versus Trump conversation. I'm really not, to be honest. And I wish Ma was here for this. But I mean, the election is Tuesday. I mean, the final day to really talk about this is Tuesday. What is up with all of these celebrities coming out and supporting Kamala Harris? What do you think? Now, here's the reason why I asked this question, and I really wanted to talk about this today. Because one of the people that came out and supported her and spoke at her rally was Lizzo. Lizzo has been under the radar for I don't know how long, maybe not too long, but she's been under the radar. There's not been a whole lot of social media conversation about Lizzo in a while. Now, Lizzo was a big advocate for, body positivity, aka accepting people being fat and all this stuff. That's a different conversation. And it's a different conversation because it doesn't hold any weight anymore because she's losing weight now. But anyway, then you got Beyonce coming out. Not then, but you have Beyonce coming out in support of her. I saw an interview where Tessa Thompson, Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio, and like 4 other more big actors and actresses coming out and supporting her. My question is, why? Part one is there's, you know what? There's rumors. Part of it is money. So I heard that Lizzo got paid. Let's read this. Let's see what this says. Breaking Lizzo charged. Oh, here we go. So let's see what these people are talking about. Be Humble said I already voted. Be Humble said my son voted the day after his 18th B day. Oh, we gotta throw some. Throw some applause for that. Congratulations to your son. Tish says she's so funny though. I can't lie. In all honesty, I think that's what her career. I don't want to say it's built on, but actually I do. It's built on how much of how hysterical she can be. Because if you really think about all of her viral moments, it's about, just like you said, her yelling. Like when she was back on Baddies or whatever it was. I hate reality TV. I can't stand it. But one of the reasons why she got famous from Baddies is because of the spectacle she can make on the show. When the C-19 was out, coronavirus, being loud. You know what I mean? So I'll give you that she has some entertaining moments. She's not funny to me, but she has some entertaining moments, and I can see why the draw. But Be Humble said Robert De Niro was married to a black woman. I don't know anything about it, but I have dirt on him. Yes, they all get paid for their appearance. She's funny because of ESL. I don't know what ESL is. Oh, English as a second language. But I don't even get me started on how she talks, bro. If you listen to this thing that her at this rally, bro, if you listen to her talk, like there's no reason for her to not be able to speak a proper sentence by now. Like one of the things that she mentioned while she was talking about Kamala Harris was Kamala Harris will put a cap on or will stop price gouging is what she meant to say, but she couldn't say the word right. And she said that this is some stuff that she's been, passionate about her whole life. You can't say the word gouging. It sounds like dodging at this particular rally. If you can bear to listen to it, like, Tish said love and hip hop. Okay. But no, like there's no reason for her to be stumbling over the English language as much as she does. Not in my opinion. That's just my simple opinion. Because I'm just one person. But that's part of the reason why she's so popular in social media. That's one of the reasons, because she just says stuff and it sounds funny and people just give her excuses. That's not you, Be Humble, but people give her excuse of English not being her main language. You speak English all the time. Everybody around you speak English, I imagine. Everybody I see her around, which isn't a lot because I don't watch her a lot. But I'm really curious to know how many people are speaking Spanish around you. Now, granted, we got an influx of people that speak Spanish into the world. Not saying that she's necessarily involved with that, but when we call into any type of customer service, do you want English? Press 1 for English, or they say press 2 for Spanish in Spanish. So I imagine that she had it. Stop it. What language does her child's father speak? She's speaking English all the time. You can't say gouging. Oh man, she just made a spectacle of herself. But I was looking at this. I just heard about it, but I'm breaking. Lizzo charged the Harris Walls campaign $2.3 million for a single appearance at a Detroit rally. It claims that this says claims that I've heard on multiple different points, multiple different sources, that this is what she charged or what she was paid or whatever the case. Detroit rapper Lizzo appeared October 19th at a campaign rally in Michigan, encouraging people in the battleground state to support Democratic presidential nominee Vice President Kamala Harris. In person, attendees applauded Lizzo's brief speech online. Some social media users said Lizzo's support cost the campaign a pretty penny. Look at this, man. 2.3. Lizzo charged the Harris Walls campaign, $2.3 million for a single. She didn't even do a full speech that I recall. But so that brings me to the question. We know the answer to this, but is that further proof that people's morality, their allegiance, and their beliefs are for sale? It sounds like when a lot of people say that, like Ma was saying earlier, I wish he was here so we can have this conversation. It sounds like if the price is right, you're for sale. Your morality is for sale. Is that not what they're saying? Now, I don't know her beliefs on her Lizzo's true beliefs on whatever it is that Kamala Harris stands for. Was it just a mouthpiece like Eminem? Listen, they had Eminem. It wasn't even necessarily an endorsement, if you ask me, but they had Eminem speak at Kamala. Think about this, man. They had Eminem speak at a Kamala Harris rally when Kamala Harris talks about violence against women, have they ever heard Eminem's music? Come on, man. They're just throwing these people at you. Just throwing these people. And think about this too. Think about this, and I'll close with this. Who do you think is the more effective person? Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, last thing I heard Beyonce got paid $10 million for her speech. Who do you think is the more, I guess, effective person? The person that goes around and speaks for themselves, or the person that has to go around paying people to speak for them? Who's a more influential person? But I'll leave you guys with this message. Just something that I think about is when it comes to this life, the truth is there are things that there are some things that you are going to have to face by yourself. As much as we don't like it, there are some things that you're going to have to face by yourself. And we don't like to admit it. We don't like to accept it. But people will let you down if you confide too much into people. We as adults, we as people have to be able to find our own solutions to our own problems and find ways to be resourceful to ourselves. It's nothing wrong with depending on people, because that's what we're here for. We're here to depend on each other to help each other get better. But you get to the point where you can't make decisions for yourself. You can't live. You can't thrive on your own. Everything around you depends on everybody else around you. You got some other problems on your hands. Big shouts out to Will Hill and Third Post Media. Big shouts out to Maul and Jay every day. This has been another rendition of the No Key Podcast. Wear your crown. Build your legacy, kings. I have been your man, Spaces. My man Maul was here. I'm sorry. Do it the right way. I've been your man, Spaces. Jay every day out traveling the world. Maul had to dip out on us. Meeting adjourned.